Hey, where are you?
Huh? Oh, hey, sweetie. I'm just at the shops getting some food for dinner. There were a few things that I was missing, and I wanted to make your favorite meal tonight. I have quite a big announcement, and I thought it would be nice to have dinner together first.
Uh-huh, fine. But how many times have I told you to make sure that the house is spotless before I come back home from work? Huh?
What do you mean? I think the house is pretty clean already.
What on earth gave you that impression?
The fact that I've cleaned it today?
Well, you've done a pretty poor job. I'm sick and tired of telling you time and time again to clean the house. As my wife, you should do as I tell you. Not to mention that it's pretty much the only job you have all day. You don't even work, unlike me. Every day I have to go to work and spend hours at a job that I hate just so that I can earn the money to keep the both of us in a house. All I want is a clean place to come back to at the end of the day so that I don't have to do more work at home. Not to mention, why'd you leave so late to go and get whatever groceries you needed? It's already past 5. My dinner should be ready and waiting and hot on the table for me the moment I step through the front door. Just how useless can you be?
I don't even know what you're so upset about. What isn't tidy? Because I know that I've cleaned the house today, so there's absolutely nothing for you to be mad about.
Oh, you've tidied it all, huh? Then why is there a dirty plate and mug right by the sink? That doesn't scream tidy and clean to me.
Oh my god. Is that seriously what you're complaining about? 2 items?
And they're still right there, which proves that I'm right and you're wrong. You haven't cleaned today because if you had, they wouldn't be here.
They have literally only just been used. I had a quick snack and a drink before going to the shop, and I just didn't have time to wash them up yet. I was going to do it when I got back.
You're only saying that because you've been caught being a lazy slob. God, what kind of wife even are you if you can't even keep a house clean?
If you actually stop being a drama queen for 1 second, you'd see that I've cleaned everything from top to bottom. I've also done all of the laundry, changed the sheets on our bed, and even managed to get those boxes of clothes to the charity so they could be sold there and stop cluttering up our house. So I think you'll find that I've done a lot today, even though I've not been feeling too great and have actually been sick a couple of times today.
Hang on a minute. What do you mean you've taken those boxes away? Why would you do that?
Huh? Because we've been talking about donating those clothes for quite a while now, but we've never actually gotten around to doing it. Even though we sorted out all of the things that we didn't want. I finally managed to get rid of them today.
I had clothes in there that I still wanted.
What? But you said that everything in those boxes was useless to you and that you didn't want them cluttering up your side of the wardrobe anymore.
Yes, well, I changed my mind. There were some things that I wasn't sure about getting rid of.
Well, I'm sorry, but the boxes are gone now. There's nothing I can do about it. Maybe we can just go and buy the things that you wanted to keep?
Or you could go and get all the boxes back from the charity so that I can sort through them all.
What? That's not really possible. I don't think you can just go and take your donation back off of a charity. Not to mention that I don't particularly want to do that. It would be super awkward, and I don't want to look like a mean person who can't even donate a few boxes of old clothes.
I don't care what you want. I want my clothes back ASAP. So you better go and get them, okay? As my wife, you have to do as I tell you.
If you're so bothered about your clothes, why don't you go and get them?
No, I've been working hard all day long, earning the money to keep us both alive with a roof over our head. I shouldn't have to go out and sort out your messes. You need to set things straight with the charity and get my things back. That's the least you can do.
But
I don't want any of your excuses. Just give me my things back.
that's not fair. The only reason why I got rid of them was because you said that you were sick and tired of all the boxes in the way. I even asked if you were sure about everything you were getting rid of, and you said you were. You said to stop bothering you about it and to just get rid of it all. So I did.
Well, you should have double-checked with me. And just so you know, I am definitely not going to get the stuff. That's your job as the wife.
Well, I just called them up and they apologized, but the clothes have already been shipped to a different store. We can't get them back.
Ugh, you're so useless. Just get back home and make dinner already. I'm starving.
Yes, I'll be there soon. I've also got something to tell you, and hopefully it'll help turn this evening around.
I don't see how that could happen, but whatever. Just hurry up.
I'll see you soon. Oh, Millie, I heard the news. I can't wait to meet my grandchild. Susan? What did Paul tell you? Of course. Who else would? Oh. That's not a problem, is it? I mean, after all, Paul is my son, and he's going to be the father of the child. Yes, I know. We just agreed not to tell anyone yet, as it's still early days and anything could happen. It's not uncommon for women to have miscarriages early into their pregnancies. I just didn't want to get people's hopes up in case something happens. Oh, don't be stupid. The only reason you'd have a miscarriage is if you don't do what you're supposed to do for the baby. You need to listen to me now, as I know what I'm doing. I'll make sure you give birth to a healthy child. First of all, you need to cut out all alcohol, sushi, coffee, and anything else that's bad for the baby. Although I suppose the pregnancy does explain why you've been getting fatter recently. I'm glad this is the reason, to be honest. I had been considering telling you to go to the gym. I can't have a fat daughter-in-law making my son look bad, you know? Excuse me? Did you just say I was getting fat? Well, yes, but it's only the truth. You're going to get much fatter now that you're pregnant. You just got to make sure you lose it all once you actually give birth. That is so rude. Even if I wasn't pregnant, whether or not I gain weight isn't any of your business. If Paul had a problem with it, he would talk to me about it, but at the end of the day, my figure and physique is up to me. Oh, don't be so dramatic. Besides, you're not even getting fat. It's just the baby. That still doesn't excuse your behavior. Yes, whatever. Look, I've got to go, but I'll be around later and I'll give you some books and other things to help you out. It's fine, Susan. I've got plenty of books on the way that I've ordered. Those are all nonsense. My books are the real deal that will teach you how to raise a big and strong child. Not one of those namby-pamby kids who cry over nothing nowadays. Susan, that's just wrong in so many ways. Look, I've really got to go. We'll talk more later. Paul? What on earth was that last night? I can't actually believe you behaved like that.
Millie? Jeez, what are you moaning about now? I mean, don't you ever do anything but complain?
Paul, I really think you need to stop acting like such a spoiled man-child right now.
What? You can't speak to me like that.
Oh, I can't? Then how come you got to speak to me like I was nothing but a piece of dirt last night? I mean, what even was that? Calling me too fat to eat with you? Even the waiter was appalled at what you said and that you ordered me a salad instead of what I wanted. You do realize that I'm 6 months pregnant, don't you? My stomach is going to be getting bigger than it is right now, and I'm definitely not going to stop eating just because you're too stupid to understand the process of pregnancy.
Being pregnant means you put on a little bit of weight. I know that, but you don't need to blow up as big as you have. You could definitely do with losing a few pounds. You look completely unattractive. I can hardly stand being seen in public with you because of how fat you are. If you want to continue being with me, then you're gonna have to lose some weight. That's all I can say.
Is that truly how you feel? You're actually giving me that ultimatum?
Yup.
I see. Very well then. You've just made my decision a whole lot easier.
Huh? Decision?
Yes. I've been thinking of it for a while now because your behavior is simply horrible. When we first got together, you were so sweet and kind and caring, but ever since we got married, you've turned into a vile, disrespectful, and vindictive man, and you're simply just not someone that I want to be with. And telling me that I'm getting too fat to be with you, simply because I'm pregnant, is honestly the last straw. If you're this kind of husband to me, I'd hate to see what kind of father you'd be like to my baby. So I'm leaving you.
What? What are you saying?
I'm saying that I want a divorce.
What? No way, you can't do that. You're pregnant with my child, you can't leave. I won't let you.
Well, considering I've already contacted some lawyers who have agreed to take on the divorce on my behalf, and I've already moved most of my stuff back home to my parents' house, there's nothing you can really do.
You've what? Wait, Millie, we can sort this out. You don't need to be so dramatic. I'm sure we can come to a compromise.
No, thank you. I've given you plenty of chances to talk to me, and all you've ever done is be rude and demeaning to me. I've had enough, and I'm definitely not going to let you do the same to my child. The papers will be in the mail for you.
Hang on, please, Millie. If you do this, then there's no chance that we'll ever get back together. Just know that I won't take you back, no matter how much you beg me to. I promise that I won't. You'll have to suffer being a single mother.
I don't mind that. Anything is better than being with you.
Please, Millie.
And just so you know, I'm going to go and treat myself to a great big delicious cookie and a glass of chocolate milk. And I'm not going to care about how I look because I'm happy with the fact that I'm carrying a wonderful child inside of me, and I want them to be happy and healthy. Goodbye, Paul. I did get my divorce from Paul, though it did have to be taken to court as he refused to sign the papers. Luckily, the judge ruled in my favor as he, too, thought that the way Paul treated me had been horrible. Paul was also ordered to pay me child support, which has helped me get everything ready for the arrival of my little boy, Sammy. I'm currently living with my parents, but they both love me greatly and are actually excited to become grandparents. I've also managed to get a stay-at-home job, so I'm saving up for my own apartment. Things might be a bit scary at the minute, as I'm having to do a lot of this by myself, but I'm excited to start this next chapter of my life and look after my baby boy. The last I heard, Paul had to move back in with his mother, as the landlord kicked him out of the house for negligence as he hadn't bothered to clean anything after I left. He's currently staying at his mom's house, but things aren't great as both of them are too stubborn and lazy to actually do any housework. I just know that he has a long way to go before I let him try to be a father to my child. Hey, sweetie, don't forget that the real estate agent is coming around tomorrow and bringing some potential buyers. So we need to make sure that everything is in order and looking as perfect as possible to try and entice someone to put an offer in on the house. I've cleaned the living room and most of the kitchen, but I'll need help when you get back from work just to finish off the rest of the house so that everything's ready for tomorrow. Oh, and on your way back from work, could you pick me up some eggs and some chocolate chips? I'm going to make some cookies to try and get the house to smell as great as possible.
Oh, that viewing's tomorrow?
Yeah, don't tell me you forgot about it. Oh, Alan. Well, it doesn't matter. It's not until tomorrow, so we'll have plenty of time to get everything ready. Are you able to go to the shop for me, by the way?
I guess.
Great. If I think of anything else, then I'll message you.
Hang on, it was just a few small things. Now you want me to get, like, the whole week's groceries?
It's not that big of a deal. Besides, I said if I thought of anything else, I'd let you know. I'm not going to suddenly ask you to buy a month's worth of groceries. We don't have time for that, and I really can't be bothered to try and figure out what we have in the cupboards. We can just order something in for tonight.
No way, this is just too much pressure. I don't know what you want or anything like that. If you want something from the shop, you'll have to go yourself.
What? You literally just said that you'd go for me. Why have you changed your mind now?
I'm way too stressed for this. I don't have time to think about going to the shops or stupid realtors or anything. I'm working really hard, so you'll just have to do everything by yourself. Got it?
Alan, I really can't get the house in order for the realtor all by myself. I really need your help here. We've been wanting to sell the house for ages now, and this is finally our chance to do so. But we need to make it look as good as possible to get the best possible price for it. And I can't do that all by myself.
Fine. I'll be back after work, but you'll have to go to the shop yourself. I'm too tired to go shopping for anything after work.
Fine, I'll go to the shops. Just make sure you get back ASAP after you finish work.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. Look, I know this is a lot of effort and quite a stressful time, but once we sell the house and are able to buy the new one we've been looking at, then it will all be worth it in the end.
If you say so. Anyway, I've got to work now.
Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Alan, where are you? You were supposed to finish work ages ago. How come you're not back yet? We still have so many things to do before the real estate agent and the prospective buyers come to look around. I really need you here to help out.
Oh yeah, about that. I decided that I didn't really feel like cleaning and tidying everything this evening, especially considering I had to go to work, so I've decided not to come home tonight.
What? Please tell me you're joking. We've got so much to do still.
No, I'm not joking. I'm not coming home tonight.
Well, where are you then?
I'm just at my mom's house.
Seriously?
Yeah, oh, and she totally agrees with me, by the way. She thinks that it's kind of rude of you to demand that I help out with all the cleaning and stuff at home when I've been at work all day. She said that considering you're the wife, that you should be the one to cook and clean and do all of the other chores. I shouldn't have to do women's work, to be honest.
Women's work? What on earth are you on about? Taking care of a house is not women's work. If two people live in it, like we do, then it's up to them both to keep it clean and tidy and looking nice. It's not even the fact that we're trying to sell the house. If you don't want to live in a pigsty, then both people in the couple should take responsibility for the house and make sure it's all clean and tidy no matter what the occasion is. And it's not even like you're the only one who works. I'd understand and take a bit more responsibility if I was a stay-at-home wife who had time to clean and stuff during the day, but the fact of the matter is I have a job too. I was only free today because I knew that the realtor was coming tomorrow, so I took the day off from work to sort things out.
Well, whatever. I'm tired and stressed, and all I want to do is have a nice, relaxing evening after work. I knew that if I came home, then I wouldn't be able to do that as you just keep nagging me over and over again to help.
Seriously? But we need to do this together, Alan.
Look, I'm done talking about this. I'm staying at my mom's tonight. Don't start begging me to come back. It's so annoying, and I really can't be bothered to deal with your whining. It just makes you look so pathetic.
Fine then. And don't worry, I wasn't going to beg you for anything. Not anymore. I can clearly see what you think of me and that you're not going to help me anyway.
Huh? What do you mean you're not gonna beg me to come back? You don't honestly think that you can do anything without me there to help, do you? I mean, I'm the man here. You're just a weak woman. What can you do if I'm not there to help? If you just say you're sorry for ordering me around and beg me to come back a little bit, then maybe I'll think of coming to help you.
No, it's okay. You've made it very clear that you don't want to help me with the house, so you can stay where you are. I don't need some useless and lazy person getting in my way when I'm trying to tidy things up and mend things. I mean, I've got to try and fix the leaky tap in the kitchen, and if you're just going to mope around the house because I've asked you to help, then I'd rather you not be there, getting in my way.
You? Doing DIY? Ha! As if you could. That's a man's job. Like I said though, just beg me to come back home and I might consider coming to sort everything out properly. After all, you don't want to flood the house right before people come to look at it, do you?
Of course not. That's why I turned the water off first.
Ah, well, I bet you don't even know where the lever for that is, do you?
It's under the sink.
This isn't fair. You should be begging me to come back to help you. You're just a woman. You shouldn't know how to do any of this DIY stuff.
Are you really being this petty right now? You're getting angry and annoyed at me simply because I know how to do simple DIY stuff, and I'm not begging you to come and save me?
Yeah, I mean, I'm the man in this relationship, not you. I don't want to be shown up and made to feel emasculated. You need to stick to cooking and cleaning, and I'll do the fixing of things.
Okay, 1, that's incredibly sexist. And 2, you're not here to do anything.
Yeah, only because you've not begged me to come back yet. How hard is it to understand? Beg me to come home already.
Okay, wow. No, that's not happening. If you want to come home, then you can come home. Although, with how you're acting, don't be surprised if you end up sleeping on the sofa. I'm going now because I've got too much to do, and standing around arguing with you isn't helping anything.
If you stop talking to me and if you don't beg me to come help you in the next 5 minutes, then you'd better be ready for the consequences.
Consequences? And what are those then?
Well, you'll just have to wait and see.
Uh-huh. Well, whilst you think up some consequences, I'm going to get back to work.
Why can't you just be a good little housewife and do what I say? How hard is it to listen to your husband? Stop being so disobedient.
Disobedient? Where on earth has all of this come from? You weren't this sexist and crazy when we first got married.
Yeah, well, this is who I am now. Deal with it. You could have saved yourself the trouble if you just done what I told you to, but you're simply too stubborn for your own good. I'm gonna go and relax now then. My mom has made me a nice dinner and I'm gonna just watch some TV and go to bed. What are you gonna do? Stay up all night working on stuff that a woman just shouldn't be working on? It's not very attractive, you know. We'll have to have a proper conversation about all of this when I get back.
Uh-huh, sure.
Hey, there's no need to be so grumpy. This is all your fault anyway.
I'm going now.
Okay, very well. Vanessa, where have you gone? Why aren't you at home? And why is there a soul sign already in front of the house? We never discussed anything about selling it yet. I haven't even met the people who are gonna potentially buy it. You can't make these kind of decisions without me. I'm the man. I'm the one who gets to decide.
Oh, Alan, you finally decided to go home, I see. Well, I say home. It's just a house now for all intents and purposes. I mean, it's not my home anymore.
That's exactly what I'm on about. What have you done? Why is the house sold?
Well, that's what the whole purpose of getting a realtor was about. To sell the house.
Yes, I know that, but we should have talked about things first. Like how much they were willing to pay and whether we like the look of the people or not. You can't just decide that stuff by yourself. I own half the house, so I get a say as well, and so I say that it's not sold yet.
Actually, about that. I think you'll find that you don't own half of anything.
Huh?
The house is mine.
What are you on about? That can't be true.
Actually, it is. Do you remember when we were first looking for a house to buy? You were on minimum wage at the time, having just started your new job. So we decided, or well, more like you forced me to put the mortgage in my name as I was earning more than you. You didn't want to deal with the payments, but you didn't care if I had to. So, yeah. It turns out that I'm the one who gets to decide who buys my house, not you.
Hang on, but that's not fair. I live there too. I should get a say in what happens to it.
Afraid not.
You and I are gonna have a proper chat about what you can and can't do. You're getting way too used to just doing whatever you want, and it's not a good trait for a woman to have. You need to get used to doing what I tell you to as your husband.
Actually, no. I'm never going to have a conversation with you ever again.
What do you mean?
I want a divorce.
What? No way, I won't give you one.
Well, you see, me asking you was just me being polite. What I meant to say was that I am getting a divorce. I've already contacted some lawyers and they are more than happy to represent me in court if it comes to it.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. How selfish can you get?
I'm not being selfish. I've just finally realized the type of person you are, and let me tell you, it's not someone I want to be with. I don't want a husband who is constantly belittling me and telling me that I can't do something just because I'm a woman. I deserve so much better than that.
Fine then, if that's the way you want to be, then I'll divorce you and I'll take all the money from the house sale too. It is mine after all.
No, it isn't. Have you already forgotten the fact that the house was mine? That means the money from the sale is mine too. All of it.
What?
Yep. So I'm going to go and find myself a lovely new flat to live in and, well, I don't care what you do, as long as you're nowhere near me.
You absolute witch. That should be my money. I'm the man. I need it more than you.
Well, until you learn how to be a proper man, one who respects women, I don't think you'll be finding yourself with much of anything for the time being. Anyway, the divorce papers will be with you soon. I've got to go now because I've got quite a few flats to look at to buy. See ya.
You've really done it this time, Vanessa. Just you wait. I'll show you. Vanessa? Please don't go. Please come back. I'll beg if I have to.
I divorced Alan in the end. He tried to fight it at first, but after the judge saw how he had been treating me, he sided with me in the end and gave me the divorce. I've since found a nice new flat to live in the city, and it's got a wonderful view. Last I heard, Alan couldn't find a place to live, so he had to move back in with his mom. Also, with his new sexist attitude, he's not had any chance with relationships. Who knew that women didn't like to be treated like an object from the 1950s? Well, I mean, probably everyone apart from Alan. But if he's rejected enough, maybe he'll eventually learn.